Now, there's two types of investors in these markets, and I want you guys to let me know in the comments which one you are. The first group woke up this morning, saw the sea of red, saw XRP dip down to $1.99 for a brief moment, and woke up in a full panic and worry about their portfolio and where the markets are heading. There's a second camp that got up, got themselves a cup of coffee, checked the markets, saw that we had an opportunity to buy the dip, took advantage of it, or even better, already had your limit order placed. So upon the XRP dip in the middle of the night while you were sleeping soundly, you scooped up that dip. Let me know which camp you are in, and if you're in the first camp, stick around, make sure you have subscribed and hit that notification bell, because we're going to move you over to the second camp of investors that are making moves based off of fundamentals with real conviction and a real thesis that can help us ride any storm, whether it's a dip of 20% or whether it's a full-blown market crash like in 2020. We've been buying the dips, we've been buying the blood in the streets, and we aren't going anywhere. And you're going to have to get my XRP off me at a much higher price. So folks, without further ado, let's get into this update. We're talking markets, World War III, government shutdown, and we're going to update you on the XRP TA, including crazy numbers like $100 XRP. I know, crazy, right? We'll talk more on that later. Check it out. So we got Kobesi letter here with the summary on our current situation. Stocks are rising like the Fed pivot is back. Bonds are falling like the Fed pivot is gone. Oil prices are rising like we avoided a recession, and maybe there's still a World War III going on. Gold prices are rising like a recession is coming, and maybe like a World War III is still going on. And Bitcoin is falling like risk appetite is gone, and like a lot of leverage needed to be cleaned up. Yep. Volatility VIX is falling like risk appetite is back. 2025 is going to be a wild year in the market. Now, ever since I've been investing, I started in 2018, went into Bitcoin, moved over to XRP. The rest is history. And we have a few other investments as well, too. But right, I've been investing in my personal business since 2015. And then in 2018, I started to invest outside of myself, outside of my business, into investments like cryptocurrency. And what I've learned here in my past 6-7 years as an investor is that we cannot operate under the old world paradigm, the old rules, the old data points and metrics, and the value fundamentals that we used to look at back in the day do not apply today. We're in the middle of a war. We're in the middle of a global margin call. And amidst all of this, there's still enough liquidity to pump stupidity like meme coins like Fartcoin to $1 billion market cap on the day where Jerome Powell gives us another rate cut. I mean, if you want to talk about an upside down reality, Fartcoin at $1 billion market cap on the same day that Jerome Powell says the economy's strong and we're going to drop rates down for you guys a little bit here. Well, if the economy's strong, why are we dropping rates? If inflation's ticking back up, why are we dropping rates? If Fartcoin's at $1 billion market cap, why are we dropping rates? Right. But once again, this is the setup that we're watching. A global margin call is unraveling. Right. You know, we had an era of the cheapest debt in 5,000 years. Then the Fed raised rates at the fastest pace in history. That's a Fed rug pull. Now we have to readjust. And what's happening is since the Fed meeting this week, when he said, you're not going to get 4 to 5 rate cuts next year. You guys are out of your dang minds for thinking that you were going to get 4 to 5 rate cuts. You might get a couple, maybe, but we don't want to be too soon. And so now the market expectation is, oh crap, Daddy Powell's going to actually stick it to us maybe next year. And we're not going to get another 3-4 rate cuts. And we're not going to bring it back down to 2% rates. But check this out here, guys. This is what's taking place. We still got a war going on. Yesterday, Putin actually sent a ballistic missile attack into Kiev. So we saw Putin retaliating yesterday. And he says, war has been declared on the Russian world today, Putin said to the RIA. Ukraine has now announced that they will stop transiting Russian gas to the EU from 7 a.m. on January 1st, 2025, the prime minister says. So on January 1st, they are done moving Russian gas to the EU. So once again, in the middle of winter, we're going to shut off Europe here once again. So once again, why is oil going up? Because it's looking like a recession might be a real possibility. And by the way, I'm going to update you guys in a further update on the economic data decoded. We're going to decode the economic data for you. And we're going to show you that they're getting ready to revise non-farm payroll jobs report from June of last year, June of 2023 to June of 2024. That's right. We're still revising job numbers from June of 2023 to June of 2024. And they're about to come out with a massive revision to the downside. And we're going to update you when that comes out. And we're going to help decode this data, demystify this data that they try to make so confusing. And even the data on its face is a lie and a manipulation of the real story. But we understand that even recognizing that their own data is abysmal, and the jobs report, we're gonna have to recognize that we have been in a jobs recession since last year when this report comes out. So although the GDP came out this week and it shows growth is still going up, the only reason why our GDP is still going up and is still positive is because it's been covered and backed by inflation. That's the only reason. There's no real growth. The growth is in dollar terms. Inflation continues to and is accelerating here once again. That's why we're reflecting a GDP positive growth number. It's an absolute lie. And once again, you can do everything, you can do all the policies in the world, but if you're up against a real war, if you're up against, hey, Europe's getting shut off of Russia natural gas, you can do everything and you can have the best policies in the world, and that's going to send ripples through the markets. Now, speaking of Ripple, and speaking of XRP in this role here, that we can actually prevent World War III. We can work with groups like SWIFT. We can work with different countries. We can work with different groups. See, XRP is the neutral bridge currency to level the playing field for the world. And RLUSD is Ripple reaching a hand out to the United States government. The United States government that attacked Ripple. Ripple's still trying to work with them and say, hey, we understand. We heard you, Trump, at Bitcoin Conference 2024 in Nashville. We heard what you said about stablecoins being the key to expanding US dollar dominance. We heard you loud and clear. We got a fully compliant on the green list of the New York Department of Financial Service. We got a stablecoin right here for you, ready to go. So RLUSD is to help America and to help save the US dollar, but XRP was created to level the playing field for the world. Now it's up to America to get our you-know-what together. But listen in here, this is a oldie, but a goodie, pulled up here by Mickle. Shout out to Mickle. He says, this is why you need XRP. This is an old clip of Brad Garlinghouse getting asked about replacing SWIFT. Take a listen in on this one.
XRP will kill SWIFT. Watch this.
What has happened at GPI is a big step forward. For 40 plus years, we had a construct around how cross-border correspondent banking worked. It worked, but it had a lot of limitations. We're seeing that move forward. But I think it's a step forward when you're switching from kind of, if I may, horse and buggy to, hey, can we make the horse and buggy go faster? Sure, but if we can actually just move to a Ferrari, let's do that.
So you've said before that you think there's a world where Ripple could take over SWIFT.
Well, I've also said I thought there was ways we could work with SWIFT.
Let's talk about that.
Now, I'm gonna back this up just a second. I want you to see this. I want you to see that smile. I want you to see that look. I'm no body language expert, but is that what? How could you possibly be bearish when you see this man? And by the way, he's on stage. He's on stage with a guy from SWIFT talking about working with them. And you see the look on his face. You don't have to be a body language expert to know he's already been at that table. That deal's already been worked on. You bet. And so, like I said, XRP levels the playing field for the world. RLUSD gives America a chance to continue being the dominant currency, the dominant reserve currency in the world. Now, one second. What if all along, let me get that for you right there. What if all along we actually were protecting Ripple and XRP with this lawsuit? I mean, some people have thrown that out. Now, you got to ask the question because the lawsuit does seem so staged. So it's like, was this whole lawsuit just to protect Ripple and to allow the incumbents to all get their piece of the pie? Basically go to Ripple and approach Ripple and make sure that they could conduct a deal. We already know about pre-allocation contracts for 5 billion XRP to R3. We see that the SBI shareholders are now demanding the SBI treat XRP like a reserve currency and basically become the Michael Saylor of XRP. So we are watching in real time these institutions, these incumbents, are approaching Ripple. They're having to admit that, yes, Ripple's not going away. XRP does have real utility. Now, yes, we are trying to work on cutting a deal with Ripple to get onboarded into their systems. We want our stablecoin to have interoperability with Ripple's stablecoin. Where's the bridge currency come in? Right there's XRP's role. ROUSD is not replacing XRP, not in the slightest. And we're going back to this whole deal about, Ukraine's no longer going to move Russian natural gas through the country. Yes, that's a physical limitation. But when we move to a world of tokenization, there will be no barriers. There will be no artificial constructs as far as sanctions and SWIFT and are you part of the group or are you not? When you have an open source permissionless decentralized network like XRP with a neutral bridge currency like XRP, then they start to treat the native asset as a reserve currency, and they want to make sure that they're interoperable with the XRP ledger because it's going to be the best source of liquidity and their chance to participate on a level playing field. Russia needs this. Ukraine needs this. America needs this. And what I want to see is the number one reserve currency, whether that be the US dollar or another currency, to earn that role based on the merits, based on what the currency is backed by, based on how strong the economy is, based on how much exposure these currencies can garner from the world. That's the level playing field that I envision. Is Ripple going to replace SWIFT? This is a conversation about, the banking crisis, the consolidation, the liquidity crisis is happening. We're going to see the banking world get consolidated. Is SWIFT still going to exist? Well, it very well could, but not in the, horse and buggy model that it's been operating under. And that's the point. And so we're watching in real time. Ripple has come here with this stablecoin at the perfect time. Ripple has continued to expand and get institutional adoption and partners during this whole entire lawsuit. Was it staged or not? I don't know. But what I do know is that XRP's been set free and we are absolutely running this bull run right now. Now, I want to get you guys an update here on the TA from Cassie Trades. We covered this update yesterday in this post here about the potential for two different scenarios. One scenario where we've bottomed out at 218 and another scenario where we actually go down lower. Okay. And that's exactly what happened in the middle of the night, right? She says, I am still patiently waiting for $2.09. And then 5 hours ago, we are getting the indication of a local bottom on XRP just starting to form. Hold the support. Yes. Perfect 5 waves down. Expect a bounce and stop panicking. That's the point right there. So we played out that second scenario that she laid out perfectly, where the corrective wave was going to take us down lower. We were going to break down below 218. She said there's two scenarios. We hold 218 and we're about to make that next move up. We need to break above 250 to, break free. Or in a second scenario, we do move back lower towards $2 once again. And sure enough, we got it back down to $2 once again, and it got bought up, and it's going to continue to get bought up. If we go down to $2 once again over the weekend or on Monday when markets open back up, this price is getting absolutely eaten up by XRP investors. Like I said, there's two camps. There's a camp that's in full panic, and there's another camp that's absolutely chilling while we sip our coffee, checking the markets in the morning and verifying that our limit orders went through and executed our buys on the different cryptos that we wanted to scoop up this morning on those lows. Right? There's two different camps here. And so I appreciate Cassie Trades. She's been providing some good technical analysis on where we're at in these markets and what to watch out for on smaller time frames. On the much larger time frame, we can see where XRP is going over the next 5 to 10 years. It's not going to be a conversation of, are we, going to go up or down 10 or 20 cents today? It's going to be a conversation of, does XRP stabilize at a price of, $50 or $500 or even higher? And this is the next point that I was going to finish this episode here today with, is this guy right here, Gert Van Loggen. Whether these predictions come through or not, what I want to show you guys is that you have traditional technical analysis, traditional financial guys, you have mainstream crypto bros, everybody is coming to the XRP party now. Now, some are just going to be leverage traders like Carl the Moon and MM Crypto. They're going to leverage trade a few million XRP, make a few million, make their bag, make a little video, act cool, and go about their business. You got other guys. Peter Brand, traditional technical analysis, traditional trader, right? He said that the XRP chart is the most interesting chart in in all of markets, right? Something along those lines. But you got this guy here today. It doesn't matter whether the prediction is silly, whether you agree, whether you disagree. It's about the attention. Don't you get it? We were ignored. We can no longer be ignored. Double bottom formation breakout and successful retest at X. Will history repay an XRP crush $100 this cycle? It doesn't matter whether or not you believe in it. It doesn't matter whether or not you like this. It doesn't matter whether or not this offends you. Price predictions of $50 or $500 or $50,000 XRP, it doesn't matter if it offends you. Don't you get it? They pumped Fartcoin to $1 billion market cap. What do you think happens when folks see real utility? You know, it's between $5 and 589 and somewhere in between. And that's the freaking point. And the $2 floor that we've established on this launchpad is beautiful. Only new people don't get it. Only new people that don't understand technical analysis with fundamentals and watching the price action on XRP don't get it. You're a real investor and you know that you've made a real investment with conviction. If you buy that asset and it goes on sale by 50% tomorrow and all you want to do is buy more of it. There's many famous quotes from Warren Buffett and others on that exact point. Basically, you are making a play on conviction and a real investment. If you buy this stock today, tomorrow it goes down 50% and you still are interested in buying more of that stock, or in this case, the crypto. And that's exactly what we did, buying this sucker all the way down when we were down in the teens. When this thing was down at 20 cents, 30 cents. So if these guys think that they're going to flush us out, you can't, because we're not over leveraged. We still have money. We still have businesses providing us cash flow. We still are hustling. I know you guys have been hustling too. We're making it come in. We're making it so that we can hold, we can weather this. And if you're new here, like I said, there's two camps. I want to move you over into the camp where we're sipping our coffee this morning, buying the dip. We wake up this morning and our order was already executed. We already scooped up XRP at $1.99. Maybe we set our buy order at $2.02 just to make sure it got in there. For more updates, make sure you guys have subscribed, hit that notification bell if you appreciate what we're doing. If you think that XRP could maybe help prevent World War III, if you think that XRP maybe we could work with Swift, or if they don't want to step up to the table, maybe we could replace Swift. If you think XRP has a chance of going somewhere between here and $100, then make sure we smash that thumbs up. Make sure you have subscribed. Everything's at ZachRector.com. I appreciate your support, and I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday and are enjoying the Christmas holiday season. Take care. God bless. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.